Ball out. Ball out.
Bow, bow. Bow, bow.
Ball out.
Bow,
Ball out.
bow. All we do is bow.
Ball out.
Bow, bow, bow.
Ball out.
Bow out.
Ball out.
Bow out.
Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Dropping by the mall out. Come deliver mail on y'all route. Show them what it's all about. Just get called out. Fall out. Me and my clique, we don't fall out. Me and my chick, we don't fall out. We minding our business, keep y'all out. Break up, get up quick, then we hit licks till it's all out. I hate my job, I'ma call out. Boss of myself, child out. I'm a recruiter, a high percentage shooters. Gotta keep rifles and Rugers. Some people just trifling and losers. Watch for the jackets, at night they be cruising. I can put together. A.R. Kinston-Yetta. My hitters be tougher than leather. Can't nobody do it better. Glock 9 with the F in. Step in with my best friend. Best friend Smith and West End. If you miss 6, still catch 10. Ball out. Stall out. Pulling up outside the y'all house. Empty till we all out. I got the juice and I'm crazy. If you not a killer, don't say. Hit squad ain't nothing to play with. Undertaker and a grave dig. Best man like Tay Diggs. When you in the paint, gotta play big. Hitters ignorant like cavemen. Went from good fella to made men. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Shout out, ball out, get called out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters, and you know it does. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we see some good people in the building. I see Keith Howard. He came in. He say, "We them boys, give it to us straight, boss and OC." Oh yeah, you know we go do that. And OC is on the way. He had something with his son. But, you know, we want to be prompt and start the show, obviously, at 7:30. We, you know, because a lot of people build their lives around their favorite shows. We want to be your favorite show, so we obviously strive to be on time. We don't do the see people time around here. But it's been a lot that still came out, and, you know, what we're going to do is we're going to always kind of unload, especially during this period, we go unload some facts bit by bit. Because, you know, you don't want to give everybody everything in one show, and frankly, you can't. You know, it's impossible to do that. And obviously, if y'all have any comments or anything, you're going to be first of the line. Today, like Jeffrey came in, he said, "What's good, boss OC and the rest of the Cowboy fam, sipping on that Kool-Aid over cherry." yeah, and I'm actually having some debates later. I supposed to have a debate today about my optimism, or what I call Kool-Aid, for Dan Quinn. But I'm going to get right into the sauce. You know, I ain't going to bore y'all. But before I start kind of getting into it, first I want to say, Tyrone, I see you in the building. I want to say what's up to you. Lewis Staggers, he said, yo, what's going on? KMT in the building. He said, what's good, boss, man? What's good, KMT, man? We definitely go talk that talk today, my brother Jeffrey. And then Tyrone said, and we go talk about this. We can talk about this right now. He said, I'm still sorry about the safeties. The more and more I think about it, safety is very, very still much a concern. That can turn around and bite us. That's where, you know, I got to kind of temper down my optimism a little bit. I love the front seven, Tyrone. I love what Quinn is doing there. I love what I'm hearing. But that back end, and I mean the whole back end, corners too, I got some concerns about. Y'all give me 1 second to take a sip. Thank you for your patience. Kevin G said, let's go, boss. Yeah, man, we definitely finna talk some ball today. Terrence Artis, Keith Howard, Jeffrey, Steve Luthen. He said, man, boss puts in those man hours for his Cowboys brother. Yeah, man, it's been an overtime week, and we got a big week coming. So we talked about this yesterday, but Lau go be on with us. Big Game James go be with us on Tuesday, where we basically put together this package show called The Final Word. So the final word, you go actually be hearing, I haven't really heard from Lau. Like, we haven't talked. So I'm going to be really catching up with his perspective, you know? And then obviously the OC, we've been saving some stuff. So yeah, you know, you go really see something you go love. And yes, I do stay in Texas. Yes, I do. I'm a Dallas boy. So I'm born and raised in Dallas. I love my city. My firstborn son is named Dallas. So I'm not playing no games. So we go get right into it, man. Unless y'all start firing off questions like Tyrone Church or comments, I'm going to kind of get into what we definitely going to talk about. And Sadiqa, before I was just getting ready to get started, but I'm not going to get started without first acknowledging Sadiqa. She's a champion in the YouTube community. She's on all the channels. She supports all the channels. And in about 5 minutes, she gonna start fussing at y'all. So if you don't want to get fussed at, go ahead and do it now. And I'm gonna tell you what she gonna say. She gonna say, get them likes up. So as y'all enter the building, just go ahead and get it out the way. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Tell Facebook, tell YouBook that you like the algorithm. Tell them that you like us. The way that you say that you like us is by hitting that like button, and then that tells YouTube to recommend us to people that like Cowboys content. So if you like the Cowboys content and you like the way that we break down football on this channel, you got to do your part. Once again, it's a simple process. All you got to do to support Boss Cowboy Sports is hit that like, subscribe. All right. And when you do that, you doing your part, and we love you for that. So let's get into this football, because see, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I'm gonna tell everybody that's listening in and the people that's coming in my opinion, what's gonna make everything work, I mean literally everything, I think it's about 7 dominoes that's all about, I would say pretty much not all, but a majority is about somebody we've getting ready to talk about. And that's Brent Urban. In my humble and faithful opinion, the keys to the entire defense is resting on his shoulders. He is one of the biggest pieces, period, into the entire chessboard. Because we already spoke about that, but as a chess piece, he is the guy that's going to be responsible for the reinsurgence of guys that a lot of fans are mad at. People are and should be mad at the play of our linebackers. All right? But I said on Twitter, and I mean it. I really mean it. A lot of football is truly cause and effect. But we can sometimes get so caught up on what happened that we don't take a second and review why did it happen. So like, I'm gonna give you a prime example, and then we go get into the content. In 2017, the real person that broke down the offense was the absence of Tyron Smith and the replacement of Chaz Green and Bill. That's truly what destroyed the season. The cause of the meltdown of the last 8 games was the cause of bad swing tackle play, and worse, it was to Dak's blind side. Because as a right-hand quarterback, when pressure is coming from the left, he won't see it. And those guys couldn't hold up. And when they wasn't holding up, it was killing Dak. It was turning Dak up, and it was turning up the entire offense. Because just think about it. When your offense having bad tackle play from the left, protecting your quarterback's blind side, you got to do stuff to the offense to actually help that. So you'll bring a tight end over there to kind of help chip, slow that down. You might even shade a running back over to the side to where pressure's coming from. But when you using pieces like that, that's also doing what? That's taking away pieces that can attack downfield. That was the effect of the absence of Tyron Smith. Then in 2018, going into 2018, there was some epic Kool-Aid drinking that started going on. I mean, epic. You started hearing like really, really silly stuff like we didn't need Dez Bryant. We just needed a committee. Because a committee, and receivers not important because, quarterbacks supposed to be able to carry bad receivers. So was the myth, right? So as that myth was being preached and a lot of people was drinking that juice and that Kool-Aid mistakenly, and it was a huge mistake, we actually rolled out with that mess, right? And when the reports came out, I want y'all to really stay with me on this. When the reports came out preseason saying that the receiving core of the Dallas Cowboys was ranked 31st out of 32 teams. But you know what's sad? And yeah, a lot of our fans bought into it. We drunk the Kool-Aid, hook, line, and sinker. We drunk it. Just like I'm finna drink this. Hold on. This is real juice too. I mean, we drunk the juice just like I drunk the juice on that. And we rolled out with a quarterback going into year 3 with Kellen Moore, a first-time coach, as Dak's quarterback. So after 8 games, we was ranked 31st. The results of 8 games of having those receivers is actually we was dead last. Dead last in average separation per target. Dead last. So what was the effect? We was 3-5 and people was doubting if Dak was worthy to be paid. The cause, receiver by committee. The effect, blame on your quarterback. So yeah, I'm very accurate in keeping up with my thoughts because my thoughts are literally starting with what I started with at the very beginning. And y'all stay with me because y'all know me. I sometimes take a little while to get to my points, but when it all come together, you say, I get it, boss. So who are we mad at? We mad at Jalen. We mad at LVE. We doing the exact same thing that we did to Dak. We doing the exact same thing. We looking at the effect and we not looking at the cause. The cause that caused Jalen to go backwards, what caused LVE to go backwards, because I'm going to tell y'all one of the most important stats. ESPN came out and said that the Dallas Cowboys was worse in when a running back was running the ball, he was averaging 3 yards before he was touched by any defender. So for all the people that say Jalen made a lot of tackles, but they was all downfield where you got to, when the front defensive line is getting their tails whooped. Remember, we had to fire Poe mid-season. I'm just being honest with you. So when you see defensive tackle play where they're getting whooped at the point of attack and they go to the next level easy and then attack Jalen, attack LVE. The effect was what you saw. Cause and effect. So I didn't fall for debate with Dak. I was not on team fire Dak. I was not on the team don't pay Dak. I was on the team weapon up Dak. I'm fully on record on weapon up Dak to save Dak, because the myth that quarterbacks can carry teams have always been stupid in the first place, because no quarterbacks carry a team. Did Mahomes carry that team when them tackles went down? Huh? In the Super Bowl? Was he Super Mahomes? Or did he look human Mahomes? He looked human Mahomes? It was no Super Mahomes when his tackles was hurt in that Super Bowl. They was only putting four down linemen and pressuring him. And, he didn't look Mahomes anymore. He wasn't Super Mahomes. Because, our fans will say, all we needed was just a Mahomes. If Dak was Mahomes, he would have carried Dallas, even with the last place receivers. Cause and effect. So, we titled the show. We titled the show and mean it from the bottom of our heart. The Dallas Cowboys would be successful if Hey, I love it. My boy Marv P come in the building. He say, preach it, my brother. Yes, I am, bro. It's Sunday, too. I'm in the spirit. I ain't playing. Because, see, I remember a whole lot of fans was, let's believe in Scott Linehan and receiver by committee. It can work. Dak just got to raise and elevate. No, Dak needs weapons. Mahomes needs weapons. Why y'all think Brady went to Tampa Bay, man? Come on now. Y'all think he went to Tampa Bay to carry them, or did he go to Tampa Bay because he needed weapons? He was tired of New England with them cheap weapons, and that's why the defense was carrying him his last 2 years. The defense was carrying him. He was stinking. Yeah, the guy you call GOAT. So you know what he did? He went to a place with weapons. So if anybody come to this show and you start talking silly, we go check you on this show for that silly talk. Anybody that says a quarterback needs to carry a team, turn them off. Just turn them off. I don't care if it's FX1, ESPN. I don't care if it's even the Dallas Cowboys stations. Turn them off. They're lying to you. They selling you wolf tickets. They just trying to get you in your emotions. That's all they trying to do. My boy Studi Wood in the house, man. Every time I see him, I always got to kick you a shout out, bro. Because you know why? Some people say, man, why you favor Studi Wood? Why? What he do that's so special? First of all, Studi Wood is a Dallas Cowboy fan in Houston, Texas. I played football for U of H. I know I've never talked to him on the phone or anything, but I know just based on his location that he is in a major minority of people that hate us. The city of Houston hate Dallas. Not everybody, obviously, because he's not one. But I'm saying he know what I'm talking about. So whenever I see anybody coming here from H-Town and they're a Dallas Cowboy fan, I'm going to stop. And I'm going to acknowledge them because they rocking in a foreign location. The same thing I'm going to do for a Philly. Anybody that's from Philly, anybody that's from, matter of fact, y'all say where you from real quick. I want to see where y'all from. Y'all put it in there, hashtag where you from, you know what I mean? So I can know how to shout you out. So my boy Studi Wood Cowboy said, at some point, a player has to own up to his own responsibilities. Jalen Levy miss read gaps, don't get off blocks, hopefully this year. Let me finish what you said, because I wanna talk about that. Get off block. Hopefully this year that changes. Yeah, and that's why we having this conversation about cause and effect. Because I actually started my dialogue saying it was some reasons to be upset with him. But Studi Wood, hopefully when you walked in, you heard me make the case, because the ESPN made the case that we was last place. Like teams was averaging 3 yards before a defender even touched them. So yes, they definitely should have made better reads. Yes, they should have played better. Yes. But also, I got to look at the ways to help him, because Jerry said something that was exponentially wise around 2018. And it was regarding Dak when they did the receiver by committee. This was one of the wisest things Jerry said. He said, whenever I see a player that previously played great and they seem to struggle, it is my job to figure out how to get them back to the place where they were great. Jerry killed that comment. And if you watch Jerry close, he actually does that. Case in point, what happened with that, right? At first, they made an epic mistake with receiver by committee. It was epic. So they saw it failing. They saw it, and people were saying what you were saying. Oh, we got to hold Dak accountable. It's so many excuses. At some point, you got to tell Dak he got to make the play and carry the team. I'm with you. I hear you. Jerry wasn't thinking like that. Jerry said, what can we do to restore Dak? So you know what he did? He went into the free agent market before the trade deadline, and he started knocking on doors. He said, hey, man, we go ahead and give away this first round for Cooper because we got to restore our quarterback. We got to get him back to greatness, and the way we go do that is to get him a number one, a real number one, not this number two, number three. We go do it as a group BS that they tried to roll out. You know what I mean? Now, let's get him a guy that's going to make him better. But guess what? It didn't only make him better, it made Zeke better. It was a complete domino effect from just one acquisition. Just one acquisition helped your quarterback. He actually immediately, with the acquisition of Cooper, the cause and effect, he just immediately went right back to the days of when he was balling in 2016. You can compare the numbers. They was almost completely identical in terms of greatness. Protecting the ball, yards, touchdowns, runs, everything went up. And guess what? Zeke's numbers went up, cause and effect. So yeah, I'm definitely with you. That's why I started my dialogue. Yes, we should be mad, but we shouldn't be just mad at the linebackers. We should be also mad at the Joneses for yielding to Mike McCarthy's 3-4 defense, because they came back after they let Mike McCarthy's boy Mike Nolan basically tear up a quality 4-3 defense. They came in and said, we messed up. They said that December 12th. And they, matter of fact, said, you can Google it right now. Google this and you will see it. Jerry Jones' biggest 2020 regret. It's going to pull right up. It's going to be the first article. And he said the number one regret was switching from a 4-3 to a 3-4. Cause and effect. So, those of us who, we went through the 4-3 and the 3-4 and the 4-3 on and stuff like that, we go through the 3-4 too, because we think the Dallas Cowboys is going to use it, right? They go use it. But we got to talk about, the differences. And we talked about the differences of the 4-3 under and the 4-3 as a base, right? One of the things that makes that 4-3 better for our linebackers, just keeping it real, is the one gap system, and it's easier to diagnose, hit your gap, and attack it. So it makes the guys play faster. So yes, you should read better. I agree with that. No excuses, right? None. A lot of people had COVID. Okay? I'm with you on that. But I'm also got to say, okay, but what else can the organization do to restore the greatness? So that's why we having this conversation, because y'all got to remember that exact same thing happened to Dak. That's, I ain't getting on my boy, man. That's my boy. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm coming at my boy out of H-Town. We just kind of going back and forth on the case that I'm making on we're going to be great if. All right, big if, okay? So, because a lot of us, I'm going to be honest, what we like to do? We see failure and we look at one thing, players or a player. The game of football is more than, I'm telling you, players. It's a lot of chess that go into the game. It's a lot of strategy. So you can be sometimes one of the greatest players But if you put into bad and schemes that lacks common sense and put your best athletes in the worst position, you will still lose the game. You will lose a championship with superior athletes. It happened to my high school almost every year. We was putting out literally 40 people every 3 years to Division I, and they were starting. I was watching a Texas OU game one time, and people from Dallas Carter, my high school, I literally counted 10 people from my high school on the field at the same time, starting. We won only one state championship. It wasn't the athletes, it was the chess board. So we got to look at both, and I'm going to hold those guys accountable. But we also got to look at the things that can make us better. So, hey, man, let's get into the evidence. Y'all know me, man. I'm going to turn down this music, and we go get into the big if. All right? All right? Because we got some good stuff to talk about. And y'all stay with me, y'all. Y'all know me. I talk a lot, but I hopefully make sense to you. Y'all listen.
I'm fortunate this year to kind of find a home after bouncing around the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's been great, man. I mean, I was with Chicago my last two, Ravens my first five. Hold
on. Let me turn that off. That's not the one I wanted. Let me turn that off. That's not the one I wanted. Here we go. This the one y'all want to hear. All right? Trust me.
That's probably as little glamorous of a position as there is maybe in the NFL. Do you take pride in just quietly going about your job?
I think so, man. You got to. It's not flashy, but you can. I've been a part of great defenses doing that job, and it's an important job. It's one that's obviously, takes a selfless individual to do. That's something I pride myself on. I just want to win, honestly, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. And I understand with my size and attributes that that's what I'm good at.
Yep, and he continues. Check this out.
Can you just start by talking about your decision to come here and what you think you can do for this defense from a run-stop standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, my whole career I've hung my hat on playing good run defense, honestly. Talking with Dan Quinn, he called me up. He saw me as a base end, like ones he's had in his past. Like Red Bryant's a guy he had in Seattle who I was a big fan of, kind of growing up watching. A taller D lineman who's going to stay square and play the run well, do the dirty work, and let the linebackers flow and make plays.
Say that again.
Can you just start by talking about your decision to come here and what you think you can do for this defense from a run-stop standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, my whole career I've play the run well, do the dirty work, and let the linebackers flow and make plays. Play the run well, do the dirty work, and let the linebackers flow and make plays. And play the run well, do the dirty work, and let the linebackers flow and make plays. Lineman who's going to stay square and play the run well, do the dirty work, and let the linebackers flow and make plays.
One more time.
Lineman who's going to stay square and play the run well, do the dirty work, and let the linebackers flow and make plays.
Mm-hmm. Y'all know I don't be playing with y'all. We do exhibit A's over here, man. We don't do rumors. We do rumors, but we prove rumors. We prove that it's not just rumors, you know what I'm saying? So, and we've been telling you on this show for the longest. It's no mystery if you've been keeping up with Boss Cowboy Sports. I said it over 50,000 freaking times that the Cowboys are building around their linebackers. I specifically said Jalen. Did anybody hear that? Because I heard that. And I've been saying that Jerry Jones is being true to who he is and what he said. Jeffrey, you go talk about that, bro. Because, see, you bringing up Bohanna. We got to talk about Bohanna. We go talk about that. But can't wait to talk about Bohanna. because he's one of the big ifs. All right, he's one of the big ifs. But when you look at Urban and Bohanna, right, you got to look at the fact that obviously we made the case and made it pretty obvious that we are likely going back to 4-3 principles on all the packages for a base. But we're doing that to make our linebacker play better. So I've been telling everybody, man, sometimes people listen to Boss Cowboy, sometimes they chuckle at what I'm saying. And it's like, I'm not, bro, I didn't make this up. I'm looking at exactly what they're doing. I'm looking at the fact that these guys that they brought in are guys that are upgrades and better than any defensive tackle, especially one tech that we brought in on the rod. So let's talk about that real quick. Rod used to bring in super cheap defensive tackles, but he used to coach them up and demand 150% out of them and rotate them. Because in his philosophy, you spent the money on the outside or the edges, because the 4-3 is built on the edges. Sadiqa, you too nice. Don't have me over here like say, but she said they need to always listen to Boss Cowboy Sports. Yes, at least listen. That's the minimum. At least listen to me. Like, you might not agree with me, but listen to me. And then William Kill, he in the building, man. I love William, man. William, he said, your breakdown with the 4-3 under with the OC was on point. I appreciate that. And I know you're a football head, so when certain people say stuff, man, I super salute, man, because you know I know you don't hand out them wolf tickets. But like, so we upgraded in that middle. That's why Big James and I, we actually started changing it. We was calling it the Rod Marinelli Tour, okay? Which matches Jerry. Like, I want y'all to really listen to me. I'm going to turn my music down a little bit, man, because I want y'all to hear me. I'm going to turn it all the way down. Notice with Dak, what did they do to fix Dak? Cause and effect. They say, okay, the swing tackle broke down in 2017. They upgraded the swing tackle. Y'all remember that? They sure did. They upgraded the swing tackle the following year, okay? They said, we also want to take Kellen Moore off of Dak. We go get a more seasoned coach, and they went and did what? Got Kitna. Because Jerry believes in something. He don't like to just start over. He will first try to fix it. Y'all feel me? That's what he doing. So when he saw that 3-4 breaking down, he said, let's not start over. Let's just go back. We still got the same pieces. Let's just tweak it a little bit. Hence Urban. Hence Bohanna. So basically, we don't have Rod anymore, who would coach those guys up and make them play 150% and rotate them. He said, no, we got to be able to bet on that middle, so let's do a little bit better. Let's go with a run stopper. Let's put a big guy in there. Let's get a guy who graded really well with PFF in run stoppage, and he said himself last year was a career year in run stoppage. They invested into it. Now, was he the name that everybody wanted? No. But the philosophy of what they're doing is the same. They tried, they went and tweaked Dak and what was around Dak. That worked. They're doing the same thing with Jalen. They're doing the same thing with LVE. They're tweaking it. They're not taking a hacksaw to this defense. They saying, let's just try to go back. But let's put some better pieces in place. That's why I'm saying the title of the show is real, man. It's real. I'm not playing. It's all about making the right adjustment. Let me see what my boy Marv P said. And I feel you. I already see your comment, and I'm loving it already. He said, boss, but football is one up the middle. but big plays are made on the outside. But with being strong in the middle, your outside can make plays. I absolutely agree. And one thing, I was talking to Marvin, and we was talking, and he was right on something that he talked about. Teams look to see real early if you soft. I'm gonna come right back to that thought, because first I want to key in on Sadiqa, because Sadiqa said something. Because before we get into our next points, I want y'all to do something for me. I want y'all to like, share this, put this in Facebook groups, go share this, because we putting out too much content for people not to know we're here. And until we get to 1,000, we not gonna get ramped up on the recommends. And what I mean is, YouTube recommends you once you hit a certain threshold. So when you see the other shows, we'll pull up right beside them, like maybe you want to watch this, but we not even in that algorithm yet until we get to 1,000. Now we real close. We getting closer and closer, but we need y'all help. We need y'all literally to go hit the like, subscribe, and also hit that share. You see that share button right up there? Yeah, go hit that too. And I'm gonna count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you by 5, you should have shared it anywhere and hit that like. Cause y'all see, we drop content on here, man. In the past 4 days, we done already did 6 shows. We dropping content. Help us out. That's the best way to help us out. But going back to what I was saying on Marvin. Moving the chains real quick. I'm gonna go back to this, but she crazy. She gonna always say something crazy. She said, "I'm back. I had to bring the groceries in the house and stop letting boss distract me from my tasks." So make sure you hit that share button too. Moving the chains. You go share it in some groups, share it to some friends, some people that love the Cowboys. That's not aware we're here. So that's the way that you help grow us. Let me drink some juice to Dan Quinn. Hold on. Real life juice. I'm not playing too, but I'm about that juice today. I'm bringing it to the show now. Woo, woo. All right. But Marvin was saying, see, y'all thought I forgot. I didn't. All right. Marvin was saying, and we was, having a real discussion, and he said something, and I checked it out and I reviewed it, and he was right. Teams check early in the season to see if you're soft. I'm going to say that again. Teams check the tape early in the season to see if you're soft. So this is what I'm saying. Why did so many teams run the ball down our throat? Because they saw the softness from the Rams. They saw the softness. That's why we said yesterday, we can talk X's and O's and schemes and all that, but Marvin is so right. This training camp got to be about establishing toughness and physicality, because we can talk scheme and do all of that all day long. But if these guys don't come out and be super physical and with a mentality that we're going to impose our will, we're going to dominate you, X's and O's don't mean a thing. So I'm going to just tell you, as we talk, we're under the assumption that we're going to make Dallas Cowboy football. So going forward, I want y'all to know that. Every time we talk scheme, I want y'all to know it's also under the assumption that we're playing Dallas Cowboy football. Yeah, I'm going to take this question real quick, and I'm going to get into our next points. He said, "Boss, what's your feeling on the secondary with the 4-3? Still not sold on our safeties." Yeah, safety is where we're very risky. Very. And that's frankly why it does get frustrating when people kind of poo-poo on the idea of Cox potentially playing safety. Because, you know, I raised the point yesterday when Big James was doing the show that obviously you're not hearing a peep out of him. Not even a peep, not even a whimper. Nothing. He came in and camp like highly touted. Usually with somebody highly touted like that, people saying that he's the steal of the draft and stuff like that, you should hear something about him. You heard nothing. You're hearing nothing because we warned you it's hard for him to hit the field. It's 4 first rounders in front of him, y'all. 4. I'm counting Jalen as a first rounder because he would have been a first round if he didn't have that knee issue. Okay? He had top 5 talent. So LVE, first round. Jalen, first round. Parsons, first round. Neal, first round. When we go see Cox. So to your point, William, some people are like, hey, you know, it's nothing wrong with special teams. No, it's not. Nothing at all. But it's something wrong when we got you on special teams when you should be pushing the safety room. You see what I'm saying? If you can go out there and potentially make better plays than what's out there, I got a problem with you just playing special teams. So I just wanted to definitely acknowledge the holes that I said in our secondary. I also see another issue with our secondary, right? It made me take my grade from A++ to A- with Dan Quinn, and the more I keep talking, I'm gonna take him on back down to A. I might even get into a B. What I'm watching is also why is Anthony Brown playing the outside corner? Like if you talk to anybody, podcaster, barbershop Cowboy fan, Cowboy fan that's literally, on the street, struggling, anybody that watched the Cowboys, Anthony Brown played better in that slot. That's not no mystery. That's not a mystery. We also know he greatly struggles on the outside. That's always been the case. Shall we count how many times he's gotten cooked on the outside? We can just go back to last year before he was injured again. Y'all don't remember the Minnesota game? You don't remember what Thielen did to him? Man, Thielen owned him. And not only Thielen, he get owned by nobodies like Mr. Irrelevant for the Redskins, meaning the very last pick of the draft owns him on the outside. But where does he make his plays? Where did he get his interceptions? Where is he at least decent? The nickel. Let me ask you a question. And we just talking straight football and using your eyes, not favoritism, not the media, none of that. Just your eyes. If you're using your eyes, ask yourself an honest question. Let's see if you can be honest. Let's do a test. Let's do a test. Can you be honest? If you can be honest, tell me where Jordan Lewis played bad on the outside. It's a mystery. It's a real mystery. Somebody tell me. I could tell you a couple of games because, I did the film breakdown on it. I know when Jordan Lewis lost. He lost against Adams. He lost against a tight end from Green Bay. I forgot his name, but he was a former All-Pro basketball player. I can't remember his name, but he lost against him. He lost against Jeffries twice. Notice everybody. Oh, and he also lost against Sanders his first game in Denver. Tell me what else. So I watched the film. I told you the exact games. So if anybody go watch the film, you'll see I said the exact games to where he lost. But notice, yeah, Adams, and I said Adams, Tyrone Church. He said rookie year against Green Bay, second target. I said Adams. So I named that. You know what I mean? But notice the pattern, Church. This the pattern. You know the people that beat him? Number ones. You see what I'm saying? Number ones. You know who beat Jordan Lewis? No, Anthony Brown, the third and fourth receivers. Hardy beat him. Mr. Irrelevant beat him twice for touchdowns. The C and D team receivers beat Anthony Brown when he's on the outside. This is all easily, you can go look this up yourself. It's facts. It's facts. So it's one of those things, you know, when you got me kind of going down this, man. Yeah, Tyrone Church. Yes, exactly, bro. They was all number one receivers. And Adams, they had to try it twice. Because the first time, Jordan Lewis won the matchup. The second time, it was a perfect ball, perfect catch, perfect timing, back shoulder fade. We lost the game. You know what I mean? But that's it for the whole career of Jordan Lewis. That's it. Nobody else can name anything else. You can't name nothing else. Nothing. You can't name one thing. But I can name you 14 or 15 times that Anthony Brown, 14 or 15, where he was badly burned on the outside. But we want to say Jordan Lewis can't play on the outside. Jordan Lewis had to play against Julio and them as a rookie, and he did it twice. Oh, y'all don't remember that? Oh, he had to go against Crabtree. Crabtree was with Cooper. Jordan Lewis did his thing on the outside. I mean, so yeah, I do got questions, man. So that's why I said, and I'm going to say it again. Can we be honest? And we talking about using our eyes, not favorites, not what the media is telling us. What are your eyes telling you? What do you see? And if you see what you do see, what I see, you know. I mean, not think, you know. Jordan Lewis should be on the outside. And if that's who we rolling out with first, what we should be rolling out with first, which I would be like, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If they said, Jordan Lewis, you the starting corner, boss man got to take you out. Boss man would have to fight a whole lot harder to move Jordan Lewis. Come on, y'all. How many of y'all really want competition? Come on. Come on now. Come on now. How many of y'all really want competition? Or do you want it to be to where it's kind of like set up? Where, yeah, we put Anthony Brown out there because it's going to be easy to kind of bench him and go on and know it, boss man. Do you want it like that? Do you want it like that? Or do you want boss man fighting every day to have to take out a dog who refused to back down? And we know that's who Jordan Lewis is. We know that. You know, people can have their complaints on him. He had a very bad penalty year last year, one of his worst years, his only penalty bad year, his only. You can talk about that. He does suffer from slipping. See, I'm giving you the pros and cons on Jordan Lewis. He does slip too much. He does. But can you be honest? Let's be honest. Come on now. Come on. Can you be honest? I'm asking you a question. Because if you can be honest, then you feel me what I'm saying on what are the Cowboys doing about real competition on the outside corner? What are they doing? All right. So we finna talk some mobile. All right, so listen, man. Y'all know I got some good stuff to talk about. You give me 1 second. I got something else I got to queue up. I got to queue up the captain. All right, because we go talk about some stuff. All right, because remember, we talking about the Dallas Cowboys will be amazing if. All right, it's a couple of things that's gonna make us go off. We talked about Urban. I'm gonna say one more thing about Urban before we move on. Okay, that's super important. I gotta talk about this. We need Urban to be healthy and good early. The reason why we need him to be healthy and good early is because do not expect Bohanna to be a superstar out the gate. Look at the pattern of all the defensive tackles that have come into the Dallas Cowboys. You can even count David Irvin. Was David Irvin an instant impact? No. Y'all remember Collins? Was he an instant impact? No. Was Tank an instant impact? No. Was Gallimore an instant impact? No. He didn't get going to the last 8 games. Was Tristan Hill an instant impact? No. You see the point? You need Urban to hold it down while a youngster get his pro legs. He's gonna be the holdover because expect Bohanna to be like Gallimore at best. At best. And then Tyrone Church said, I think also could help Urban. Me too. Definitely. Especially with the 4-3 under. Oh God, yes. But even Osa, give Osa at least the first 8 games to get going. Just like Gallimore. Y'all remember Gallimore earlier? Ooh, Gallimore was getting, ooh. Make him like it. Get spanked. Gallimore got his pro legs by the last 8 games. That's when you start seeing them flash. It takes a little while for defensive tackles to get adjusted to the grown man trenches. And then Kevin G say Hill might get cut. Yeah, I heard that too. 2 people said that. The Reaper said it. Oh, no, he said something different. Yeah, he said Hill won't get cut. I think it'll be a very bad idea to cut him. Very bad idea. Don't cut him. Don't cut him. I mean, do not cut him. Bad idea. Cut somebody else. Because he's right at that year to where they turn the corner. Don't do it. Don't do it. Even if he kind of gimping a little bit early, be patient. Because you might need that knee to heal. And then he might take off on the second half of the season. Tristan Hill was coming up. He was right on that career path that you expect. Year 1 from a defensive tackle. Year 2 from a defensive tackle. Year 3, Jakob. That's the trend. That's the trend that you see with pretty much all of them. So Urban, the only time you see true instant impact, top 10 players. That's the only time. Now, if I did that same exercise with top 10 players, oh yeah, they would be instant impact. You know what I'm saying? They would be instant impact. Almost all of them, that's the top 5. But once you get out that top 5 and you start looking like top 15, they need to develop too. Y'all remember my boy Ed Oliver out of U of H? Everybody, he's a top 5, no miss. Went to Buffalo and was second team. He's gonna be instant. No, he wasn't. Like every DT, he had to develop. So that's what I'm saying. We gonna be exponentially successful if the linchpin of the whole defense is Urban. The linebackers depending on him. And because the linebackers depending on him, The secondary depended on him. Everybody depended on this man's health and play. He has the perfect attitude for it. But if he go down, it's gonna get weird, y'all. I'm just telling you. It don't mean it's over, but we gonna start doing weird stuff to try to keep up. I'm just being honest, all right? I'm just preparing you for what's gonna make or break the season. If you're a praying person, say your prayers every night. When you add your mama, your daddy, your son, your daughter, your siblings, before you say amen, give one more prayer to Urban. If you're real serious, before you say amen, before I say amen, Lord, I want to pray for Urban help. because Quentin is going to take a little bit of time. That's what history says. Now, I pray to God that he's an instant impact. If he's an instant impact, first, I'm going to go find Will McClay, and I'm going to kiss him dead on his forehead. I'm going to, what, you don't know me, but I know you, and I like what you did. I'm going to kiss him dead on his forehead. He's going to be like, I'm going to call the police. I'm already running, man. You don't know who I am. But I love what you did with that pick. Now, if he come out as an instant impact on the one, taking on those doubles, letting those linebackers play free, and he do it early, I'm going to come on this show. I'm going to eat cooked crow live. So, two prayers. When you say your prayers, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your kids, your grandma, and no, before you say amen, Urban and Quentin, add them to it. I'm telling you. Oh, man, here you go. See, here y'all go, man. See, listen, man. Listen. See, you being funny with me, William. You being funny. My boy William say, boss, are you prepared for Mr. BJ Nix? Going to be a good one. Always good info in those debates. Man, I'm born ready, man. I'm going to slaughter my dog. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to slaughter him, all right? Now, a lot of people that love BJ, y'all don't want to hear that. But y'all got to understand, that's how me and BJ talk. We just have fun with this stuff. You know what I mean? It's not ever personal between us. Even when I talk noise like that. But I'm going to dunk on that dude, okay? So just get ready. Get your popcorn ready. We already got some of the topics laid out. And matter of fact, he told me he go talk me off of Kool-Aid. Lord, he say, man, you drinking way too much Kool-Aid. That's topic one. I'm going to be like, bro, I did a whole video 4-3 under and got 5 endorsements from the podcasters and like the top endorsements, and you gonna talk me out? I can't wait. And see, I like my boy BJ. He be doing them upbeat, like he like them hard debates. He don't take easy debates. He take hard debates. Taking Slater versus Sewell, that was hard. I was surprised he won because I'm like, bruh, how you win that? How? But he won it. He did win the debate. The fans spoke, and the fans said he won. So, you know what I'm saying? And then Marvin said, I'm with you in this battle. You going to have to be with me because I'm going to tell you right now. I already know how BJ play. Because he got over like 5,000-6,000 people in his group. When he show up, he going to show up with a group, y'all. I'm going to tell you right now. So, but I do want y'all to be honest. Like, don't ride with Boss just because you like the channel. Ride with the content. If he really win the debate, I yield. You know what I'm saying? But I know his people go come in ready to vote BJ Nix. Man, I'm just telling you, BJ. As soon as they come in the door, BJ. I'm like, damn, can we debate first? Nope, BJ. Like, all right, cool. So, it's going to be good. It's always good content. And the beautiful thing about when we debate is real. It's never fake. It's where we actually see things differently, And I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all now. Being all the way, what we actually showing you when we do those debates is how to disagree. And the whole purpose is to be like, to show the fans that there's a way to disagree, but not be disagreeable, right? When you watch me and BJ debate, we laughing, we joking, but we dead serious. We believe our points, but we dead serious, but it's not no malice in it. It's no weird stuff. You might see me take a shot on Twitter, then people will be like, why you say that about BJ? Be like, y'all haven't watched the show. Y'all don't see how we go back and forth. This how we talk. Come down. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's going to be a good debate. Y'all look forward to that one. So anyway, I want to carry y'all through a couple of more things. I got to carry y'all through a couple of more things. Stay with me on this, all right? Because we talked about the Dallas Cowboys going to be really, really good if.
You've now been teammates with CeeDee Lamb for a full year. How do you think that your guys' relationship has grown, and just what are your expectations for you guys in his second season?
Well, my expectations are super high. So excited for CD, so excited for just his growth from our 5 games together to just getting back out there in OTAs and throwing it to him and watching him get off the line, run routes, go up and get contested balls time and time again. It's exciting. It's exciting what he's going to offer, and what's exciting he just brings to this whole receiving core and this offense. He's a special playmaker that we're privileged to have, and he'll be big time and definitely have a breakout season.
He said definitely have a breakout season. Listen, y'all. Listen, I'm telling you, the Dallas Cowboys is getting ready to kill. It's actually no if on this one. The if is urban. The if is urban. This is not no if. This is about as close to certain as certain can be. CeeDee Lamb finna eat the league up, man. I'm telling you right now. Y'all got to remember CeeDee Lamb is the number 3 receiver with number 1 potential. When you put a guy with number 1 potential going into year 2 with the type of offseason he had, going against nickelbacks and dimes. When I say nickelbacks, that's third corners. This man finna be going against third corners for the freaking whole season. Cooper, unless he's injured, is still gonna be eating up the best corner. They gonna always have to put the best corner on Cooper. Don't you ever fool yourself and act like CeeDee Lamb is Cooper. He not Cooper yet. He go get there, but it take about 2 to 3 years for a number 2, number 3, even with number 1 potential to actually get there. Look at Ridley. Ridley finally took out Julio where you could take him out. But y'all know when Ridley walked in the building, he wasn't able to, or he didn't have the ability to just take him out. But this is going to be unfair to teams. Unfair. It's nothing you can do about this too. And see, the best part of the interview with Dak, the best part of that interview is when they said his name. Dak said, "Ooh." You got to go watch it. He said, "Ooh." Like, boy, that's CeeDee Lamb looking good. Looking real good. CeeDee Lamb, Dak said he making play after play after play out there. And see, I'm going to tell you something. As a corner, even watching him work out and knowing what his regimen was, working with the feet work king. That's who he works with in the offseason, okay? Working with the feet work king. See, one thing about a receiver, that what he's doing when you watching him go through his regimen, what you're seeing is somebody who is working on what's called deceptive receiver body language, okay? So all the subtle movements is to get the separation, the change of speed, the way that he, and then burst out of his brakes, okay? All of that is making his routes impossible to discern. Impossible, okay? That's what you getting right now with CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb route running is getting on the level to where it's going to be impossible for a nickel to cover him. It's going to be pretty much move those chains, bruh. It's going to be foolish for you to cover him one-on-one. It's going to be downright foolish. So, I'm telling you right now, bet on an epic year from CeeDee freaking Lamb. And see, I'm going to tell y'all something. Boss Cowboy go come back and we go. I got some surprises coming up. I got some All-American receivers that's going to come to the show. Some guys I played with, all Americans, monsters. And we talking nothing about receivers, right? Our receivers. So when I say going up into training camp, we got a lot to talk about, and we gonna have power panels of people that really know the game. That's gonna break this stuff down, right? That's gonna be able to look at CeeDee Lamb and tell you exactly the nuance of his route running. And this, it's a chess. It's also chess when it comes to receivers. We're gonna talk about that, how to set up a defender, how to climb on top of him to make sure that he's gonna be a guaranteed pass interference on any kind of fade route as long as the ball is catchable. It's a lot of nuanced technique that go into receiver. And so we go break that down. We gonna be bringing on coaches. We gonna be bringing on All-American receivers, guys who played in the league that was super talented receivers. Yeah, we getting ready to do all of that. So, yeah, yes. Oh, see, man. I rock with you, Studi Wood. I rock with you, bro. See, Studi for real. Studi for real about accountability. He ain't got no favorites. I think his only favorite was Jones. That's the only person that I would probably say was a favorite of his. But other than that, Studi ain't got no favorites. Long as he corrects those drops, there's no limit on what CeeDee can do. Amen. And I love that you hold players accountable. I ain't gonna never trip on you on that, Studi. Never. You know what I mean? Never. Because you're right. He had too many drops. You got to fix that. If he fixed that, oh yeah, you're right. Literally no limit. And he coming in here with number one work ethic. He looked like he trying to go ahead and send Cooper packing next year when that cap hit not gonna be big. You know what I mean? He really looked like he trying to put some pressure on the Joneses and say, make me the number one. If you want to save money, you can put that money on some defense. I don't think I would do that if I was the Joneses, but that's the way that he's working. Let me drink some juice. So, y'all check this out. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Oh man, Studi, no. He did a true search with Jones, boss. I'm not gonna get started on that. You don't want that from me. We cool today. You'll be mad at me if we start talking about that. Check this out. This came out from PFL. So they got some projections. Okay. They weighed, no, that 1,074, that's an insult, man. Nah, he gonna do better than that. He gonna murder that. The receptions, he should be, I give him an over on that as well. The TDs, I'm giving him an over on everything. Just because, mostly because of the matchup. It's the matchups, y'all. It's like you got to consider who he's going to be going against. The fact that he's going to be going against Nichols, he, as of yet, have not had the pressure of the best corners matching up on him. You know, so, I mean, just the matchup alone, that's common sense, y'all. You got somebody with potential number one ability going against the Nichols, the third corner, the third team corner. Think of it like that, because Sadiq asked me yesterday what's a nickel. And there's nothing wrong with a question like that. Some people was like, how she asked that question? Man, Brent Favre didn't know what nickel was, and he was in the NFL. It's no bad questions. You know what I mean? It's the bad thing is to not know, but act like you know. You know what I mean? So, but the matchup alone is why you should bet the over on everything. Everything. He gonna top all those numbers. PFF was conservative on that. All right. Let me give y'all one more.
Jack, what have you seen from Zeke Elliott during this offseason?
Zeke looks great. I mean, Zeke's in the best shape of his life, looking fast. Obviously, everybody's seeing
during this offseason.
Zeke looks great. I mean, Zeke's in the best shape of his life, looking fast. Obviously, Zeke looks great. I mean, Zeke's in the best shape of his life, looking fast. Oh, Zeke looks great. I mean, Zeke's in the best shape of his life, looking fast. Obviously, everybody's seen the clips of him working out independently with his running back coach, and his cuts, just how explosive he is. Excited just to have a full year with him again, and getting him healthy throughout the whole season. Once again, when Zeke's healthy and Zeke's doing his thing, he's the best running back in the league. So it's just exciting to see him in the best shape of his life, or best shape of he's been in the NFL, and know that it's going to be special for us moving forward.
Yeah. So listen, it's a lot of people that went hard on Zeke. It's okay. It's okay to say you was wrong. Okay? A lot of people, you know who you are. You go try to come on the show and act like you didn't say and slander the hell out of Zeke. We got a lot of people, I'm talking about a lot of fans, called him Mr. $60 million running back, and a lot of our fans, why the hell we play a running back? We should have paid Jones. Y'all didn't see Jones in Miami? Did y'all see Jones in Miami? That's my question. That's my question. Did you see Jones in Miami? Because if you saw Jones in Miami, you would be happy that we didn't pay Jones. From play and injury. Okay? Yeah. He finally injured. He finally became injured. I'm not happy about that. But y'all know Zeke durable. Come on now. You know, y'all know that. But it's the slander that was on this man. It was epic. And y'all witnessed me. Y'all witnessed me on this show. I did it with Marvin the other day. I said, Marvin, you right, I'm wrong. I was making a case for Zeke in his year one and how he was ascending. Marvin came right in there and said, but Henry had 80 less carries. How can you fight a fact? How can you fight a fact? See, if I would have fought his fact, I'm a jerk. I'm just trying to win. I'm not about what's true. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be Mr. Know-It-All. No, sometimes you wrong. And sometimes we gotta all say it. Like, damn, on that one, I was wrong. That don't hurt. I already told people I could be wrong on Nashawn Wright. I could be wrong on him. I called him a reach. I didn't like his long speed on tape. I wrote it in a book. If he come out balling, I'm going to come over here and eat cooked crow. I'm going to eat cooked crow. Everybody praising Zeke right now, though. Yeah. Zeke killed this offseason. All the stuff we complained about. Fat. Look like he lost a step. Man, stop it. And I mean it. Stop it. Like, I don't care if Zeke lost a step the last 3 years. I really don't. Because most running backs don't come in here with a 4-4 anyway. Derrick Henry never ran no 4-4. So when you got to compare Zeke and the only person you can mention is Henry, we been spoiled. And I'm thankful for the noise, though. I'm thankful for all the noise. Because this is what the noise does. They hear the noise. And when they hear the noise, it puts a fire under them. I'm loving the noise on Jalen because he hear the noise. And it's making them have an epic offseason. And it shows them how fickle the fan base are. And it makes them want to shut us up. And I love it. I love it. Because just in the first 3 years, let's not act like we was foolish enough to say that this man, Zeke, it was his team. We insulted Dak with this man over and over. This is Zeke's team. This is Zeke's team. This is Zeke's team. We did it over and over and over. And just in 1 year, we turned on him. 1 year. Yeah, he had a bad fumble year. Yes, he should be accountable for that. Yes, that wasn't good football. Yes, he was pressing. Yes, he shouldn't have been pressing. But let's talk about the other parts. You know what I mean? Like 80% of your line gone. And you the only real starter out there playing with a calf injury. A nasty one. Undisclosed. Giving it up for us with sorry quarterback play. And he heard the noise. And he went into the offseason, he grinded, and you know what else he did? He documented it because he wanted to let the world know, I hear you, and I'm doing something about what y'all been saying. I'm finna ball my ass off because I hear you. And I accept the correction. What we really should be doing, let me be honest, this is what we should be doing right now for Zeke. We should be giving Zeke a round of applause. I mean that. We should be giving Zeke a round of applause. Oh, God. No, Studi Wood. No. He said Law Nation got $100 if Zeke ever hurt someone in the game. Again, just got to be the first to hit him. Just letting y'all know. Oh, God. I don't want no more hurdles, Studi Wood. You know where I am on hurdles, bro. You know where I stand on that. I'm not for the hurdles. Zeke, don't hurdle. Matter of fact, I said this 3 years ago. Studi Wood, you remember me saying this. See, because me and Studi Wood go back to the days I was co-hosting with West Coast, right? So you remember me saying this, Studi Wood. How many times that me and West Coast used to go off about hating those hurdles because we wanted to preserve him, and it was too dangerous. And I always said I wished he would go work with an agility coach. Studi Wood, how many times I said that, bro? I said that over and over. I said that's one thing I wish Zeke would add to his game, more agility. See, Studi Wood, my witness all the time. I swear to God, I said it all the time because I was saying to preserve him. Because, see, running backs like Emmett, they lasted so long because he didn't take hits. That first 3 years, Zeke, I don't never want to see that again. I don't want to see you going head up with Chancellor. No more. We know you tough. Be like Emmett. Make him miss. Make him miss. We know you tough. We don't want that from you, Zeke. We want you for the next 3 years, man. We want you for the next 3 to 4 years. But if you play with that same tough, hurdling, running over, taking on Chancellor, showing everybody you a G for the Cowboys, listen, Zeke, if you watching the show, if you up scratching your balls on a Sunday watching Boss Cowboy Sports, I'm telling you the truth. I'm the homie. I'm telling you the truth. Everybody else gonna lie to you. I'm telling you the truth. You see we fickle. You already see that. Take care of yourself with that agility. Take care of yourself. I'd rather you lose a half a yard than to keep banging up into people and we only get you for 2 more years. I want Zeke for the next 3 years. Even if he loses a step, Zeke, even with a loss of a step, is a running back that will break the will of a defense. You keep that. You pay that too. I'm team pay Dak. I was always not Dak, Zeke, always. Because how can you be a Dallas Cowboy fan and not understand the history of the Dallas Cowboys and their greatness has always been built on the running game and always have been built on the power of a superback. All of our championships came at the hand of great running. I'm all for the passing league. I'm cool with that too. But I'm not cool with pissing on a 3-time rushing champ. And yes, I am saying 3. Because if he wouldn't have been suspended, we all know he would have been a rushing champ 3 years in a row. Go look up the stat. Hold on real quick. You know, Marvin, we got the West Coast people coming in here, man. Ooh, when I said that, I got them going. Run the damn ball. I know. West Coast be over there preaching that, bro. I'm telling you. He be preaching that run the damn ball. I be listening to that sermon. I be almost want to get saved. Let me go to the altar and run the ball. Marvin on that too, man. Marvin on run the ball. That's a real good debate on run the ball. And you know what? We gonna really have that debate too. The OC and Marvin's supposed to have a debate on that. That's coming. Y'all always be patient on the promises I make, because sometimes it take a little second for it to manifest, but that debate gonna happen. But Marvin said fans don't believe this idea that passing sets up Zeke. Zeke sets up the passing game up for big plays. And a lot of people would disagree with you from a statistical standpoint. And they would disagree with you. Yeah, you can tell the West Coast people, man. Hold on real quick. When you see RTDB, that's West Coast. That boy been preaching that thing. RTDB, run the damn ball. Got hats and everything. Actually sent me a hat. Sent me to me. Paid for it. Hey, boss, here's a $50 hat. Signed. I'm like, appreciate it, homie. I'm not gonna wear it until I'm fully bought in, but I might wear it next show, man. I'm starting to fully kind of buy into it, to homie's doctrine. I'm really, him and Marvin kind of talking me into it. But this is where they will fight you on that, Marvin, because like it also has been proven statistically that play action works even if you don't establish a running game, because linebackers bite because of discipline, not just good running. But if we running the ball well, it does put pressure on them to bite on the run. That's true. But statistically, you can really run play action and be successful with play action, even for big plays, without establishing the running game. You know, so that's why I know that debate is a good debate. Like, it's, you know, that's a hard debate. Like running, are we a running team, or are we going to adapt to the modern league, which is a passing league? Are we going to adapt? Right now, I think it comes down to identity. With our whole offensive line back, honestly, I would want us to run the ball as an identity. Like, go right at these balls. Let Liel get after them. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something from playing defense. I'm being all the way honest with you. It is nothing in the world more demoralizing than when you can't stop the run. Look, y'all look at me shake my head. I'm telling you, I'm having flashbacks. It is nothing. Maybe somebody, maybe if you in jail and your bunk mate weigh 300 pounds and full of muscles, that's probably worse. Unless you like that. But if you don't like that, that's probably worse. I want y'all to think about how demoralized our defense looked when the Browns was averaging 7 yards a carry on us. Balls was out there quitting. They were quitting. We wasn't physical enough, and they was coming right at us. Right at us. See, running the ball is not just, you got to think of it more than just a way to attack. You got to, in my opinion, you got to look at it from a way to demoralize a team. If you're trying to really demoralize a team, you know, those of us who remember what the Cowboys did to Buffalo, the game was over as soon as we ran the ball with the same play to Emmett all the way downfield. The game was over. Pack it up. They're done. When they saw we can't stop one play because they're too physical, they're too mean, they're too nasty, They're too good. They're too big. Oh, give up your dream of a ring. It's over. Go ahead and y'all can quit now. And we good enough to do that. Now, as of right now, 6/13/2021, I'm still team adaptable football with a twist. When I say adaptable football, what I mean is attack that specific defense weakness. Okay? So if you know that secondary weak, okay, Lamb, let's get ready. Cooper, y'all get ready. We finna put up 500 today. That secondary trash. Finna get them. So, like, if you playing the Redskins, air it out. Air it out. Secondary weak. Kill them. They ain't got a quarterback. That game plan is different. You supposed to air them out. Get ahead of them. Make their bad quarterback have to throw. Now they playing into your game plan. Perfect. That's where throwing the ball makes sense on that team. Plus, it makes sense because their front is built to stop the run. Zeke has never had a good game on the Redskins. Never. 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 Dak has never had, I mean, not Dak. Dak be having great games on the Redskins. Zeke, the opposite. So yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break, man. Before we get out of here, because I still got some more topics I could cover, but man, I save because we got a lot of shows coming up this week. So I want y'all to stay with us because we got the final word coming up Tuesday. Then me and Skywalker and the OC, we got a special show. Likely we go recap because we did the draft show together. All right. So I'm thinking that'll probably be a good time for us to say, okay, where are we now versus where we were then, right? And then obviously Skywalker has some very, very good interviews lately that I want to kind of dig into, get his thoughts on it. You know what I mean? Where we go back and forth on good ball, right? Just good back and forth. So we're gonna do that with Skywalker on Wednesday. Then we potentially have a player, an ex-player for the Dallas Cowboys that could be Thursday or Friday. That's pending, right? So then obviously BJ Nick's debate coming up as well. Likely all of that's gonna happen this week, okay? And then we gonna start digging into more of the training camp battles in detail. We gonna start bringing on some guests that can really break down every position and experts at those positions. What I'm doing is giving you a reason to like and subscribe to Boss Cowboy Sports. Because to maybe other channels, maybe their content is slowing down. It's not going to slow down with us. It's already ramping up. And it's going to ramp up a lot. We also are on a major push to that 1,000 subscribers. We're about at 750. We're about 250 away. Y'all help us get there. All right? So, continue to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And then, obviously, if you can, help us out with a cash out. And the Patreon is on. I got to do one last thing with the OC. That's the only thing I'm waiting on. And this song was in a championship game, so we couldn't get it done today. Because there's been a lot of people saying they want to be Patreons. And one of the things I'm going to do for the Patreons that, is that you go start getting my articles again. All right. I got a lot of rich articles. That's going to be for the Patreons, right? So, and we're going to have a lot of exclusive stuff that's only for our members. And we're going to have some VIP options where it's going to pull you closer. We're going to be able to discuss concepts closer. And we're going to put all our attention on making sure we, give y'all priority, right? And priority access. So all of that type of stuff going to come with that Patreon. So we already have the different plans that you can help Boss Cowboy Sports with as we continue to grow. We also go have a lot of stuff for training camp. So Big Game James and I, Law and I, we likely go be out there. But even if I don't go out there, I'm from Dallas, so I'm gonna be at the training camp that's here. So either way, you go see me at training camp. But if I do the training camp in California, which I'm likely gonna do, or if I don't, we're gonna host it, meaning you're gonna get this top level production and presentation, but it's gonna be with guys out in the field. So Law is gonna be out in the field, and then Big Game James gonna be out in the field as well, basically covering it, where they, telling you what's going on, not just the journalists. It's gonna be your everyday podcasters that love this team, that say, you know what, we got something to say as well, and we love this team too, and we passionate enough to go get our own eyes on it and make our own opinions, not just what y'all say, right? And I love that. I love how all of us are willing to go the extra mile to put eyes on training camp so that we could actually bring you true information based on what we see, not tweets from journalists. Because you see, CD Lamb made a catch, this is this. But us, we gonna be out there like, okay, what is Israel doing? What's going on with Anthony Brown versus Jordan Lewis? It's not gonna be just the hot sauce tweets. It's gonna be the meat and potatoes. What did Urban really look like? Because we know he the linchpin of this defense. Boss Cowboy will have all his eyes on Urban. I'll be looking at the one-on-ones. What is Reggie Robinson doing? Not just in team, not just in 7-on-7. I want to see what you do one-on-one. And I would tell people, this is what happened with the one-on-ones today. This many snaps, this person won this many, you know what I mean? That's what you go hear when we out there. It ain't gonna be just a tweet. It ain't gonna be just one clip video. It's gonna be, this is what happened the whole day. Cause y'all know us, us, podcasters, man, we go in there, man, trying to tell you. I'm telling you. Oh, man, Studi Wood, before I get out here, man, I got to close out on what you said, bro. I really appreciate what you just said, bro. I really do. Studi, I really appreciate what you just said. He said, Boss Cowboy guys from the past are coming to fruition. I can definitely speak to that. Dog, you my dog for that. You my dog for that, because I really appreciate that, bro, because that's something I don't talk about enough. It's something I should talk about, is the amount of people that I talked about in that book that are Dallas Cowboys and playing good around the league. And I don't put everybody in the Boss Cowboy guide. It's very selective. I pick people that I feel like are ideal for the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? So, man, shout out first for buying both books, my brother. Shout out for also reading the books, bro. Because, you can buy it, but some people don't read them things. But to actually go through and see my opinion on that stuff, bro, that mean a lot. And I appreciate that, especially when you come back and co-sign. Because I know Studi would. He don't co-sign if he don't fit. Y'all can see how he was in the chat. If you didn't earn it, he ain't telling you. If he feel like he will hold you accountable, Studi Wood will come in here flat-footed and say, boss, I like everything you said but that. That's how he is. Because he go speak his mind. He independent. So for you to co-sign them books, bro, that's going to make me write 3 and 4 early. Because I committed to writing 4 books. I'm committed to that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to write, for sure, 4 off-season books. I might stop after that. But I'm going to, I committed to the podcast community and to the people that really want to learn and look at the off-season in this full dimension. I committed to do it, and then I'm going to do it. I'm going to give you 3 and 4. I might stop after that unless it's a super bestseller, and unless Boss Cowboy Sports skyrockets out the moon, I keep writing those books. But, yeah. But I'm out, man. Hold on real quick. Yeah, see, Studi, I can't leave, bro. You see, you keeping it real. See, that's why I love when I see some of the homies that I used to rock with when I was co-hosting with West Coast. He said, you been asking for that big body receiver. Yep. I wrote 2 articles on it and a whole book on it twice. 4 times I talked about that. Yes, bro. I appreciate that, bro. Yes, it's, yeah, and And then Moving the Chain said they're damn good books. I appreciate that because this one thing about the Boss Cowboys guide. Most books focus on just the draft. I don't do that. We focus on free agents that's available as well as draft candidates. And see, Studywood and Moving the Chains are going through the process that I said everybody should. You should keep those books as a time capsule. And then you can see who was available then, what they're doing in the league, and then you can say, okay, what did Dallas doing and how they're doing? So as you go through the process 4 years later, on the 4th year, everybody that was being drafted from the first book will be free agents. So it's going to be a full cycle. And you're going to be able to keep up with what was Dallas at that point. What did they do to overcome their problems from the draft and free agency and where they are now? All the books are worth it, even from a time capsule. I will go get 1 and 2, even though the draft over, even though free agency over, it's going to take you back to what we was doing at that point. You could be like, oh. And so you'll just become an excellent historian on the facts. But that's what our page is about. That's what our channel is about. It don't fit everybody. This channel don't fit everybody. But for those that are truly diehards and really want to know as much as possible about the Dallas Cowboys, as well as make your voice matter, yeah, this your channel. Because as you can see, we making moves on this channel. And most importantly, I have great relationships with all the podcasters. I have great relationships with it. I can go on BJ's show, no problem. He can come on mine. Skywalker, no problem. Big Game James, no problem. Law, no problem. Botch might take me a while because we only did one show, but we've done a show. Okoye, no problem. I've never done anything with Foots the King. It just didn't happen. We don't really know each other. But, you know, J Tuck, no problem. West Coast, no problem. We still, all of us. So for those who help in this channel, you also help in the voice of Boss Cowboy Sports, us as an entity, push your ideas out into the podcast community. And y'all should be able to see easily by now. It's obvious by now that our voice matters. You can't watch people that rise like Skywalker. You can't watch people that rise like Big Game James and Law. And when you see all the epic interviews and all the stuff that we doing around the Cowboy community and then act like your voice don't matter. You know, then you haven't been paying attention. This is truly a movement, not just with Boss Cowboy Sports, but with us as a podcast community. And you should stick with us. Especially me. But us, and I mean us. I mean us. I love the podcast community. They're a brotherhood and a sisterhood. Moving the Chains is in the podcast community. She's cold in the podcast community. She's going to be a guest soon. As soon as I check the schedule and open up some dates, you're going to see us rock. She's cold. I listened to her the other day. I'm like, damn, drink more coffee. Damn, drink it every time you do a show if you come in like that. So anyway, man, I just wanted to say that, and I appreciate the love as we was heading out the door. And y'all remember, hit that like and subscribe before you get out of here. And thanks to everybody for sharing. And the last thing I always say, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, we strive with all our heart to be loyal, never devoted. Because a loyal person is going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That's true loyalty, and that's what you go get with Boss Cowboy Sports.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Cowboy Sports.
Shout out Sean.